Hi, I'm Missy Creed, a librarian from the Library for Health Information, or the LHI. The LHI is a consumer health library located in the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. The LHI provides free, reliable, easy to understand health resources for medical center patients, their families, and the community. Medical center clinicians can also refer patients to the LHI if patients are interested in finding more information on their own about their health diagnoses. Today, the LHI is highlighting diabetes. We are chatting with Jenny Shrodes from the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center's Diabetes and Metabolism Research Center. Jenny is a diabetes educator. I'm going to let Jenny introduce herself, the Diabetes and Metabolism Research Center, and maybe share an interesting fact about herself. Jenny?
Hi, thanks for having me today. I'm Jenny Shrodes, and I am a diabetes educator for the outpatient care at Ohio State. And an interesting thing about myself is that I've cooked in the Culinary Institute of America kitchens in Hyde Park, and I won first place in the cooking contest.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's talk about using your plate to eat healthy. Could you tell us about some of the guidelines for what the plate method is?
We like to divide the plate into thirds, just like the peace sign. And in 1/3, we'll fill that with non-starchy vegetables. In another third, we fill it with lean protein. And then the last third, we fill that with starchy food.
Could you give us some examples of what a starchy and a non-starchy vegetable is?
I sure can. There are more non-starchy vegetables than starchy, so we'll just say that starchy vegetables pretty much include potatoes, peas, corn, and some winter squash like butternut or acorn. All the other vegetables are pretty much non-starchy, so we're talking about broccoli, cauliflower, onions, all greens, and the list goes on and on.
Trying to determine the sugar or added sugar in a food can be tricky. Can you talk about food labels and the importance of reading the food labels?
When we're talking about what affects blood sugar, we really look first at the serving size and actually measuring the food so that you know what that label means. And then looking at total carbohydrates. Whenever you see the word total on the label, you know that there are pieces and parts that make up that total. And on the food label below total carbohydrates, you will see dietary fiber, sugar, and now you'll see additional sugar. So if there's sugar that's added to that product that didn't naturally occur in the product, it's going to be listed there. The sugar and the dietary fiber can tell us or indicate maybe to us how quickly our blood sugar will rise after eating the food.
You talked a little bit about serving size. Can you give us an example or some good rules to follow if you don't have a measuring cup?
A fist is about a cup. If you open up that fist, then the palm of your hand and about a 1/2 inch thick indicates about 3 to 4 ounces of meat. And if you are talking teaspoons and tablespoon measurements, you can use the end of your thumb from the knuckle down to indicate a teaspoon of food. 1 large egg is 1 ounce. And so if you can think about something that you know the measurement and then relate it to what you're eating, that might be helpful.
Great tips. Thanks so much to Jenny Shrodes for joining me today. For more information about the Diabetes and Metabolism Research Center, please call 614-688-6251. To obtain copies of some diabetic-friendly recipes, please contact the LHI. For more information and free handouts on diabetes, please contact the Library for Health Information at health-info@osu.edu. To learn more about the Library for Health Information, please visit our website at go.osu.edu/HSL-LHI. See you next time.